and welcome back. With 2021 coming to an end, and this being the last release I'll make on my YouTube channel for the year, I wanted to take this space and recap the content, growth, and success I've had on this platform. I've dedicated a lot of effort since the beginning of about April 2020 in creating weekly content through a few different subtopics across the drumming world. And in 2021, I was extremely fortunate to see this channel grow by a lot. Before getting into the analytics and numbers of this channel, I wanted to highlight a few of my favorite videos I've made throughout the last year. My videos tend to fall into one of a few different categories. 1, performances done by myself, either with a backing track or all parts recorded by myself. 2, group performances done through collaborations, either long distance or recorded at my home studio. 3, drum restoration and build videos. 4, equipment reviews. And 5, drum transcriptions. Here's a few of my favorites from the last year. At the beginning of 2021, I released this dueling jazz drums video where I played a jazz drum duet loosely based off the Max Roach drum solo for Big Sid. Although I never really intended for this video to be a comparison of gear, the audience certainly viewed it that way, and a lot of the comments were comparing the two different Gretsch kits I used. I didn't really expect this video to take off when I recorded it, but it performed really well when it comes to views, and it still gets consistent traction today, almost a year later. From late January until early May, I released a series of videos with 4 of my friends called Jazz for 90s Kids. We take songs from our childhood years and rearrange them to work in an instrumental jazz quartet. This project was a lot of fun and a super creative outlet for us to develop music in a time where performing was slowed down due to the pandemic. We're obviously trying to put our own spin on the postmodern jukebox and Scary Pockets trend of stylized arrangements of covers, and if we could ever catch on to even a fraction of their success, we'll certainly be on to something. Expect more videos from Jazz for 90s Kids in early 2022 for sure. In March, I had my most significant video to date with my transcription and cover of Silk Sonic's debut release, Leave the Door Open. I think one of the major factors of the success for this video, aside from the massive success of the single's release, was the fact I was able to do this all on the day the song came out. I never intended to transcribe and release this, and actually that morning the single came out, I was planning to transcribe a Wolfpack song and record a cover of that. But I woke up and heard the newly released Silk Sonic song, and I switched gears and got it all done by about 2 or 3 p.m. that afternoon. I've never experienced any success like this in any video I've created, and by the end of the weekend it had tens of thousands of views and was boosting my subscribers and watch hours way past the thresholds I was hoping to cross in order to get my channel monetized. Although it can't generate any revenue for me being a cover of someone else's song, the impact it's had on my channel's growth far outweighs any ad revenue lost by choosing to do this song. As of today, it's well past 400,000 views and still gets tons of views every month. As Silk Sonic released new singles throughout 2021, I tried to transcribe and release videos on the initial release day of each song, but I haven't tackled any of the new songs since they dropped the whole album in November. I plan to get the rest of them done sooner or later, but the daunting challenge of 5 more songs has been holding me back for the moment. In the beginning of the summer, I had a cool opportunity to pick up a vintage 70s Ludwig drum kit for only $75. I documented the process of fixing it up and getting it back into playing shape. With all the work that went into it, it became one of my longer form videos, almost at 12 minutes. Obviously, the clickbait title teasing the minuscule amount I paid for it was enough to get a bunch of people to check it out, and it's been very successful in my opinion. In fact, the ad revenue on the longer videos being so much greater than shorter videos, this video's almost paid off the kit for me, even though I ended up selling it. In the fall, as I upgraded my studio kit from a Gretsch Catalina to a Gretsch Renown in the exact same sizes, I was able to take both kits with the same heads and set up and do a comparison video. This one caught on pretty quick and has racked up a little over 5,000 views and even $20 of ad revenue. It hasn't gotten close to paying off the kit I bought, but it is something. I also did a whole video explaining the horror story I had trying to buy and return this kit from Amazon after they sent me 2 rack toms and called it good on their end. In addition to these 5 videos I shared here, I had dozens of other releases that I'm proud of, and plenty have found large audiences, but looking back I think these 5 stand out. So now what you've probably all been wondering, how much money did this channel make in just 1 year?
Show me the money.
Before I get to the exact numbers, I wanted to highlight some of the growth of my channel in viewership. By the end of 2020, my channel had around 75,000 views and around 400 subscribers. I'd been at the video game consistently for about 8 months since the pandemic started, and was happy with the growth I was seeing, and it was enough to keep me motivated going into 2021. By the end of this year, I'm currently sitting at 660,000 lifetime views and 3,793 subscribers. That's an increase of around 3,400 subscribers and over 500,000 views in just 1 year. There's plenty of channels out there doing way more than that, but for me, I could have never expected my content would have that much impact. Additionally, I gained about 24,000 hours of watch time, which was well enough to propel me past the YouTube thresholds to start to monetize my channel. Since mid-March, I've been gaining ad revenue off my videos, and that's where the real growth has begun. In the first few months, I was maybe making $10 to $15 a month in ad revenue, which doesn't really add up to much, but was exciting to see my videos start to generate any sort of value beyond comments and views. As the months went on and I was able to add new videos, along with older videos gaining small amounts, I saw that total ad revenue shift to more like $25 to $30 a month. And finally in the summer, I received my first YouTube payout of a little over $100. Up through the last few months, I've seen the ad revenue be more like $40 to $50 a month, which frankly isn't paying my bills, but again, it's been really encouraging as I try to create more content. Up through the end of 2021, I've seen my total ad revenue reach $318.15, with still a few days to go for this year. In addition to the direct ad revenue generated from my videos, I have a few other means of generating revenue from my channel. One of the most significant ways I generate income is by accepting donations via PayPal and Venmo for people who enjoy the transcription videos I do. For anyone who sends me a donation in any amount, I'll allow them to request a PDF transcription from one of the videos in return. Up through today, I've received $285 in donations, and it continues to trickle in every week. Another way I've received some value is from companies reaching out to send me equipment to try and review on the channel. This year, SE Electronics offered to send me a mic to review. And they appreciated the video so much, they ended up sending me another microphone as well to say thank you. These two mics go for $80 and $117 on Sweetwater, and I use them all the time on live gigs.
SE Electronics.
Lastly, I had one gentleman who reached out to me after seeing my Jazz for 90s Kids videos and asked if he could take some virtual lessons with me, and we ended up having a series of lessons which added up to about $75. All in all in 2021, that's roughly $875 coming from the YouTube channel, either directly or indirectly. Compared to the time I invest in this channel, I'm sure it's not nearly worth it as a full-time venture yet, but for me I consider it an investment, and even years later some of my older videos are slowly accumulating ad revenue and paying dividends later on. I was a little hesitant to make this video and brag about the numbers I was able to make on my channel, but as a constant viewer of smaller channels, I like seeing how these channels generate revenue and seeing their growth trajectory as the content creators grow. Maybe this video will help inspire some creators to keep going and see the payoff for their work down the road. I hope to come back in the end of 2022 and see an even bigger jump in this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe as it really helps push my content to more people. Until next time, thanks.